In today's video, you're going to discover the 4 business skills that you must master to be a successful coach. So by the end of the video, you're going to know the exact 4 skills to maximize your impact, your income, and your freedom as a coach. So let's dive in. What is the first skill that every coach must master? The first skill is transformational coaching. Now, I know you probably expected me to talk about sales or lead generation or something like that, and those skills are important, and we'll talk about those today in a moment. But the first thing is you got to make sure that you can fulfill on the promise that you're making to your clients. I see so many people start coaching businesses without any experience. And listen, every coach starts as a newbie, of course. But if you don't know, if you haven't gotten a result yourself, then how are you going to help other clients get that same result? You see, you've got to gain the skills to know how to coach somebody, how to ask effective questions, how to read between the lines and hear not what your client says, but what they're being in the moment. This is an art and this is a science. Now, not every coach needs to go get certified to learn these skills. If you have very tangible life experience, if you have a level of expertise, then you've solved these problems yourself and you've achieved this result that you're promising, then what we just need to do is unpack all the things that you do. We need to take the unconscious and make it conscious. We need to make you consciously aware of what you do and package it into a process that can deliver value to your clients. But if you don't have that, and you feel tremendously uncertain, then yes, go seek out some coach training somewhere on learning how to become an effective coach. Because if you don't do this and instead you immerse yourself in just studying how to get clients and how to generate leads, again, those things are important, but what you're going to find is you may start generating some leads. You may even start getting some clients. But if you're not fulfilling on what you're promising, if you're over-promising and under-delivering, the world's going to find out. And this is what I've seen. I've been a veteran in the industry for, 13 years now. I've seen a lot of coaches start and then leave because they never gain the skills to actually help their clients. So transformational coaching is number 1. There's a ton of programs out there that can teach that stuff. One school of thought that I studied myself that I learned was NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Very powerful. I know NLP's got a bad rap. Some people look at somebody like a Tony Robbins and they're like, oh, that guy manipulates people from stage. Listen, NLP, it's all about somebody's intention. If your intention is to help somebody release their baggage and actually take effective action towards their dreams, then it's helpful. If your intention is to manipulate somebody, then you could do that. So be very careful and be of integrity in everything that you learn, but that's a great tool to add as a skill set of a coach. So that's number 1, is learn transformational coaching. Business skill number 2, and I would consider each of these business skills, even though that's not about marketing and sales, that's about delivering your product, it's still a business skill. So the second business skill that every coach needs to master is sales. Now, I know that's the dreaded 5-letter word, right? We all resist sales, but it's what you must be good at if you're going to get clients. It doesn't matter how good of a coach you are if you can't enroll clients. And so I challenge you to become a student of studying effective sales. Now, sales, again, has become that 5-letter word because we don't like being sold to. We like buying things, but we don't like being sold stuff. And here's my journey with sales, because I had massive sales resistance when I first started. I was so resistant to it that I didn't study it. I just thought that if I just showed up and I was some nice guy and genuine and I connected with somebody, then they would become a client. And boy, was I wrong. Because what I did is I show up on a call, I'd offer a free coaching session, I would coach my heart out, I would ask powerful questions, I would see shifts literally in this person, but because I didn't have a structure to get them an offer and to get them to say yes and take the next step, they would leave the call going, Peter, thank you so much. That feels so good. Let me think about it. Or let me check my finances. Or let me talk to my spouse, or let me pray about it. I had all these excuses and objections, and then crickets. Never heard from the client. Then I pendulumed, and I swung to the opposite extreme. I said, oh my gosh, I suck at sales. I better learn how to do selling. So I started studying some of the hardcore closers out there, and I quickly discovered that wasn't my personality, but I looked at a mentor. They were good at what they did, so I modeled them, and it actually started to work. I started to get some clients. But here was the problem. It never felt good. It never felt genuine. It never felt natural to me to pressure somebody at the end to make a decision. And even if they said yes and I started helping them, many of them had reluctance, buyer's reluctance. They actually didn't want to sign up in the first place. So I went from one extreme to having no sales structure to the opposite extreme to being that hardcore closer. And then over time, I found a balance. And I found an incredible way that I teach all of our students called the Effortless Enrollment Framework. It is a natural and genuine approach to sales. And I'm not suggesting you need to learn from me. Go find somebody to learn a process from, but make sure that it meets your personality. It feels good. It gets people to make a decision, whether that's a yes or a no, but it doesn't push or pressure them. Okay? And there's powerful questions to ask. If you want our sales script, by the way, we have it as a free tool. It's a downloadable PDF. Just comment script below and my team will send you a link so you can get it for free. But make sure to study and master the business skill of sales. It's really critical. Skill number 3, after transformational coaching and sales, is lead generation, or what I call direct response marketing. The reason why this one's so important is because it doesn't matter how good of a coach you are if nobody knows that you exist. And I want you to hear me say that one more time. It does not matter how good of a coach you are if no one knows that you exist. I know a lot of coaches that are great at what they do, but they don't know how to market. They don't know how to generate leads. They don't know how to start conversations. And so they're stuck, they're struggling, they're broke. I don't want that for you. And so a mistake that many coaches make, if they haven't mastered this or understand this idea, is that they live in the field of dreams mindset. Now, I know I'm aging myself with this quote or metaphor, but I'm referring to a movie back in the 1980s. It was a movie that Kevin Costner was an actor in called The Field of Dreams. It was an amazing, beautiful, inspiring, heartfelt baseball movie. And there was a scene in that movie where they had a phrase that said, if you build it, they will come. If you build the dream that you have, they will come. They will just show up. And in Hollywood, it's a beautiful story because that's exactly what happened in the movie. But in real life, in entrepreneurship, it's a pipe dream. If you build it, they won't come because they don't know that it exists. They need you to tell them that the thing that you have exists, your product, your service. And so the idea here is not just to get your name out there, which is kind of marketing 101, but more importantly, it's to get their name in here, meaning their name, their contact information into your system. So I challenge you, as you master your craft as a coach, as you learn how to enroll clients, you also want to build the skill set of generating leads, of direct response marketing, not just the psychology, not just the systems and the tactics that you could use, but the psychology of influence, how to write effective copy. Today, you can use incredible tools to accelerate the process like ChatGPT and Jasper. There's tons of artificial intelligence and AI that's amazing. You can use those tools to accelerate your learning process, but you still must learn that skill set. And this may be one of the most overlooked and most frustrated that I see coaches are with this skill set. But that's the third one, okay, is lead generation or direct response marketing. The fourth and final business skill that every coach must master is systems and automation. And I spoke too soon. I said the last one was the most frustrating. This is probably the biggest headache for coaches. Can you relate to that? When you think about automation and funnels and ads and systems, does that excite you and motivate you, or does that overwhelm you and frustrate you? Most coaches watching this, it overwhelms them and frustrates them. And I get it. I felt that same way too. But I had to shift my mindset. I had to release that strongly held limiting belief that I wasn't good at tech. Can you relate to that? Are you somebody who says, I'm not good at tech, I'm too old for this, or I don't understand this, or maybe it has nothing to do with your age, it just has to do with you don't enjoy sitting in front of the computer and doing these things. But this is a skill set that you must learn. And yes, in a perfect world, you can delegate it to somebody else. We know that somebody like a Tony Robbins, he's not building his funnels, he's not creating his email campaigns. Somebody else on his team is doing that for him, but he has a business empire. He has hundreds of employees. He's investing millions of dollars a month in marketing. He's appropriately delegated that. For you just starting out, if you're under 7 figures or even 6 figures, Well, if you're under six figures, but even seven figures, then you do want to learn this skill set of systems. You want to learn how to build a funnel. And that's what we teach a lot of our students, is that even for those of our students that don't want to build it themselves, I'm still going to teach them what to do and how to do it, because I want to teach them how to fish. I don't want to fish for them. I don't want them to be dependent on us or anybody else. And so as much as you dislike it, if you want to be successful and have a 6 or 7 figure coaching business, it is critical that you have a basic understanding of systems and automation. This will free you up. It'll take you more time in the beginning. It'll be frustrating. You'll have headaches. I get all that. But you will save so much time on the back end because you will be generating leads and booking sales calls when you sleep. Nothing's greater than I wake up on a Monday and I look at our sales calendar for the week and I see all these appointments booked because of our emails over the weekend. Our ads are running, our funnels are working. And so the key is to make sure that you install these and actually then you can delegate it. So again, what we do in Fearless Coach Academy is we clone our entire system and we give it to our students, which is pretty awesome. I still teach them what to do and how to do it. But for those that don't want to click the buttons, we just clone it, give it to them, and now they have a working lead gen system. So those are the 4 business skills that every coach must master. As a recap, the first skill is transformational coaching, making sure you have the skills to deliver real value to your clients. The second skill is sales. You must know how to enroll clients in a natural and genuine way that actually converts. The third skill, business skill, is lead generation or direct response marketing. And the fourth skill is systems and automation. Those 4 are key. So I'm curious, for accountability purposes, which of these 4 business skills are you committing to mastering over the next 12 months? Now, we live in this age of instant gratification, and I want you to know that this is a commitment over time. This is not something you're going to master in 2 weeks or 30 days or even 90 days. This is going to be a lifetime commitment, but my request is that you commit for 12 months. Because you will turn around 12 months from now, blown away at how much you have mastered in this area, and you will experience the results in your coaching business. So if this video was valuable, then my invitation is to like the video. Number 2, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. That way you never miss a future video. So just click that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this, make sure to check out my next video, which is how to become a 6-figure coach without a certification. Because now that you know the 4 business skills every coach must master, you don't necessarily need a certification, but you do need to, master certain strategies and tactics to become a 6 and 7 figure coach. If you want to learn what that is, click this next video up here to watch it. And as always, my name is Peter Scott, reminding you to be here, act now, and fear less.